you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
Caitlin Clark just pulled out of the WNBA All-Star Weekend, and the entire league is spiraling. This isn't just an injury. It's a full-blown crisis, and it's exposing everything wrong with how the WNBA protects its stars, because the biggest name in women's basketball is sidelined again. Fans are furious. Ratings are crashing. And now even NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is stepping in with a chilling warning: fix this now or risk losing everything, from billion-dollar media deals to the very future of the league. And at the center of it all is WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, whose silence, deflections, and refusal to take accountability have sparked a backlash that might just break the league in two. And if you think this is just about one missed game, you're not ready for the truth. Caitlin Clark stunned fans when she officially announced she's pulling out of both the three-point contest and the WNBA All-Star Game. And while some are calling it precautionary, let's be real, this is a disaster, and the league knows it, because this isn't just about a sore groin. This is the same injury that already kept her out of the Commissioner's Cup final and 4 regular season games earlier this month, and now it's back, right as the WNBA gears up for what was supposed to be its most watched weekend in years. And without her on the court, the entire energy surrounding the All-Star event has shifted from celebration to damage control. Clark suffered the setback in the final moments of Tuesday's win over the Connecticut Sunday, and just hours later, the Fever's social media posted a statement confirming her withdrawal, with Clark saying she was incredibly disappointed and needed to rest her body, adding that while she couldn't play, she'd still be there to support her team from the sidelines. And while that may sound like a mature move from a dedicated athlete, behind the scenes, the reaction was explosive. Because this isn't just a player sitting out a weekend. This is the face of the league being removed from its biggest promotional event, and it's sending sponsors, media partners, and fans into panic mode. The reaction wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Because the moment Caitlin Clark pulled out, Adam Silver's quiet concern turned into a very public warning. The NBA commissioner has been watching the WNBA's explosive growth thanks to Clark, but now he's sounding the alarm because he knows what's at stake: billion-dollar media deals, expansion plans, and the survival of an entire league that just lost its main attraction. And when Silver says he wants to see Clark treated fairly and appropriately, that's not just a polite statement. That's commissioner code for, this is your final warning. Because in the NBA world, where every dollar, every viewer, and every star matters, mismanaging your biggest name isn't just bad leadership, it's financial suicide. And the truth is, Silver isn't wrong to be concerned. The timing couldn't be worse. Because while Clark sits out, the WNBA is in the middle of highly sensitive CBA negotiations that could determine if the league even has a 2026 season. And with rumors of a possible player strike and revenue-sharing debates heating up, this injury isn't just medical, it's political, it's economic, and it's deeply symbolic. Because how can the WNBA ask for investment when they can't protect the very reason anyone's watching? Let's stop pretending this injury came out of nowhere, because anyone who's watched Caitlin Clark this season knows exactly what led to this moment. It wasn't just one play. It was a season-long pattern of missed calls, unchecked aggression, and referees turning a blind eye while Clark was repeatedly shoved, hit, grabbed, and fouled with zero protection. And the moment that really lit the fire? Marina Mabrey blatantly shoving Clark to the ground after a dead ball. And what did the refs do? Gave her a technical, not even a flagrant, until public outrage forced the league to upgrade it to a flagrant 2 days later, not because they wanted to, but because they were embarrassed. This isn't just bad officiating, this is systemic failure. WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo called it out live on air, saying, "That's a grab, that's a hold, that's a foul," over and over while watching Clark get manhandled. And when Hall of Famers are screaming during live broadcasts, you know the problem's not isolated, it's institutional, and it's being ignored at the top. Because while the league pretends it's promoting women's sports, it's failing to protect its most valuable player from reckless physical abuse, game after game, play after play, until finally her body gave out. While Caitlin Clark absorbs foul after foul with no calls and leaves the court injured, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stands in front of microphones and delivers the most robotic, disconnected responses imaginable. When asked directly about Clark, she dodges, deflects, and shifts focus to other players like Angel Reese. Even when no one mentioned Angel, and it's not just awkward, it's suspicious. Because fans aren't stupid, they can see that Engelbert can't bring herself to properly advocate for the very player keeping her league alive. And when you're a commissioner who can't say your star's name without pivoting to someone else, that's not leadership, that's political evasion at its worst. Even respected journalists like Christine Brennan are calling it out, saying Engelbert looks uncomfortable every time Caitlyn's name comes up, and that discomfort is costing the league millions, because it signals weakness, disconnection, and a refusal to take control. And it gets worse when coaches like Stephanie White publicly slam officials, when players like Kelsey Plum explode in frustration, when Clark's own brother says, "This is on the refs," and the commissioner still tries to play it cool. You're not showing calm under pressure. You're showing everyone you're in over your head. If you want to know just how bad this has gotten, look at the numbers, because ever since Caitlin Clark went down, the WNBA's national television ratings have absolutely collapsed. Before her injury, Indiana Fever games were pulling nearly 1.8 million viewers on average. Now they're barely cracking 800,000. That's a 53% drop in less than 2 weeks. And no amount of social media hype can cover that up. Because when half your audience vanishes overnight, your sponsors notice, your networks notice, and your entire business model begins to crack. It gets worse. ESPN saw a 170% spike in WNBA ratings the moment Clark entered the league. Ion had a 133% ratings surge, and in 2024 alone, 23 games hit over 1 million viewers, with Clark involved in every single one except 3. And now, the All-Star game she was supposed to headline is happening without her, while buildings across Indianapolis still flash her face on digital banners like she's playing. It's a marketing nightmare, it's a fan betrayal, and it's a financial meltdown. Because Caitlin Clark wasn't just a rookie, she was the product, the brand, the reason millions of casual viewers even tuned in, and the league let her get hurt under their watch. The fans have had enough, and they're not just complaining, they're organizing, launching online petitions, demanding accountability, demanding changes to officiating, demanding protection for Clark, and demanding Commissioner Engelbert step up or step aside. Because this isn't just a bad call or one missed game, this is a betrayal of trust from a league that claimed to be ready for prime time, but when its brightest star needed defending, it stayed silent, and fans notice they always do, and they don't forget. And while Engelbert fumbles through press conferences and dodges hard questions, international leagues are quietly taking notes, because overseas teams are already preparing offers, scouting Clark, and seeing an opening, because when your own league can't keep you safe, other leagues look a whole lot more attractive, especially when they come with bigger checks, better treatment, and less drama. And if Caitlin Clark ever decides that the WNBA isn't worth the pain, the travel, or the disrespect, the league won't just lose a player, it'll lose the only reason millions cared in the first place, and rebuilding from that kind of loss? That's not a setback, that's extinction. This isn't just a few bad calls, this is a structural disaster. Because WNBA officials aren't salaried, they're paid per game. Many of them split duties with NCAA basketball, and that means they're overworked, undertrained, and not held to any consistent professional standard. And when you've got referees with no job security making judgment calls that affect million-dollar players, what do you think happens? You get chaos, inconsistency, and injuries, and Caitlin Clark is the latest and most high-profile victim doctor. Lucas C. Hafer broke it down with hard data: 141 injuries in just 44 games across 179 players. That's absurd, and it proves this isn't random, it's systemic. And it's being ignored by a commissioner more focused on PR soundbites than actual reform. And when Stephanie White says nothing changes after every single league meeting, she's not venting, she's exposing the truth. That Engelbert's office has had every chance to fix officiating and protect players, and they didn't. And now the cost is stacking up in injuries, lost revenue, and national embarrassment. This isn't just about basketball, it's about leadership, and the WNBA failed. It failed to protect Caitlin Clark, ignored the officiating crisis, and now it's losing viewers, trust, and momentum. If Kathy Engelbert doesn't act fast, this All-Star weekend won't be a celebration. It'll be the moment the league began to fall. Adam Silver warned them. The fans spoke. Caitlin paid the price. Will they fix it or lose everything?